I'll share the video on Facebook. You have a black teenager sitting down eating his food, and you have police coming up to him accusing him of a crime. Now, I want you to watch how they do the whole situation with this kid, and also I want you to watch the cop himself, because you have someone filming this whole incident. Let's go roll the clip.
I can record, right?
Copy burrito. You're eating? Yeah. All right, we're going to get another officer here and we're going to place you under arrest. Actually, right now you're under arrest, okay? I don't care. Okay, you're under arrest for motor vehicle theft.
We're going to trespass.
That's fine. Huh? I told you, we're waiting for another officer. We're going to step and arrest him. Place you under arrest once we get another officer here.
You got like 2, 3 of them right there.
There we go. Sweet. All right, he's not dropping his stuff right now. Except for arrest him. Does somebody want to be less lethal? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right, check it out. Drop your stuff. If you fight, you're gonna get tasered.
You gotta stay back. Stay back.
Hey, stop fighting. Oh! Stop fighting or you get it again. Stop fighting or you get it again. Stop fighting or you're gonna get it again.
Bro, you got tasered, bro. What are you guys doing? He wasn't even fighting back. Get back! He wasn't even fighting back! He wasn't even fighting back! What are you doing?
Get back!
He wasn't fighting back!
Officer told you to stay back.
How are you just gonna tase him? He wasn't even fighting back! What the hell is this, man?
Why didn't you take off?
You're just gonna taser? He passed out. He wasn't fighting back. What are you doing? I have it all on video too. What are you doing? Oh my God. You guys are a bunch of...
Now let's just kind of break this down. So he's sitting there eating the food. The cop come up to him and says, well, you're going to be under arrest because we're charging you with motor vehicle theft. Well, let's stop right there. What car do he has for you to say that he stole a car? But let's go devil's advocate. Let's say he did steal a car, right? We're going to go just devil's advocate. He's sitting there very calm, eating food. I counted 3 police officers, 1 standing next to him, 2 standing in front of him. The one cop that's doing all the talking says, we're going to wait for other officers to get here. Now, why do you need the other 2 cops that ran in with the situation to arrest that kid? That boy was a teenager. You mean to tell me 3 of you could not arrest him? No. See, the thing is, and that other cop that was there trying to block the other guy from recording, y'all wanted to do some evil stuff to that boy. That's exactly what you wanted to do. You know they was about to be on some race soldier antics when you had the cop trying to block the view of the camera, because if they was for the right thing, then they would invite cameras to be around them at all times. That way you could show the public how great of a job they're doing. No one could tell lies on them, that they're brutalizing people. It would make them look very well to the public. But when you don't want cameras on you, then they are going up to Trump and all these other Republican politicians say, oh, our morale is so low. We can't do our job anymore. Who said you couldn't do a job? Who said you couldn't do a good job? So you mean to tell me that you can't do your job because someone's recording you? That tells me that you're not doing your job the right way. You want to do some race soldier stuff to people, and cameras are catching you and exposing you before the world. So now you feel bad that you can't get away with it anymore. And you want politicians to create laws where the public cannot film you. No, the public should film you every chance they get. You work for the taxpayer. They don't work for you, and they should expose you. Now, when they was arresting that boy, the boy couldn't even have hardly a chance to put his hands behind his back, and they quickly tased him. See, that's what they like to do to people. They like to tase people, they like to beat people up, and they like to shoot people. We've seen this all the time, and they always in this pack mentality. You notice that? Why couldn't that one cop just arrest the boy and that's it? And the other 2 can just stand around in case, hey, if he do something. That's all it had to be. He said, well, you're going to be under arrest. He didn't say, forget that, I'm going to fight you. He didn't take off running. He sat there. See, this is what black people go through in this nation, and also other groups of people too, because they're doing it to them, but definitely us. This is what we are going through. And this is how black people are killed. This is how black people are choked to death, and they're saying they can't breathe, and so on and so on. There was no reason for that many of them to pile up on that boy. No reason. But they like to pick on kids, because that's a pattern with them. They like to pick on women. They like to pick on those who may not fight them back as much. Wow, one kid and you get 5 of y'all? I think that's weak, personally. Weak. Grown men, and we need 5 of y'all for one. That's not even trying to fight with you at that. He just sat there eating his food. Say, well, okay, you gonna arrest me, whatever. That was his attitude about it. But he wasn't trying to run away or do anything. But yet we supposed to just trust everything they're saying and trust their reports and so on and so on. A lot of people, when they viewed this, including myself, was very upset by that. You heard the person on the camera was very upset at what they was watching. It's a bunch of BS that they're doing. And yet the people that, Trump wants to support, those who are doing things like this. And the bad part about the situation, the culture is so corrupted that those who are decent police officers who are not out there doing this sort of thing, they can't stand up and say anything because something can happen to them. You have cops that have stood up and said something and their lives are threatened. Some of them, their families are threatened. Some cops end up coming disappeared on many cases. I've had a cop tell me that you can't just go telling on cops like that because something may happen to you. Now, when I had a police officer tell me that to my face, then it tells you about the culture in this country. Wouldn't it be the other way around, that you want the police officers to get rid of the crooked cops? But no, the crooked cops is running everything, and those who are decent got to either keep their mouth shut and go along with it, or risk losing their job and their lives possibly for standing up against those who are doing this sort of thing. But the people themselves in this country, you the one have to say something. And also, don't let them lie to you that say that their job is so dangerous. Do you realize construction workers die more in the line of duty than police officers? Only about 135 police officers died last year, but the job is so dangerous. Yet over 1,000 citizens died last year. But yet they coming up with laws to say that it's a hate crime to resist arrest and stuff like that. The numbers just don't add up. But it's all about propaganda. It's all about the agenda also of the elite, and they use racism to do that. So, guys, we need to get things together all the way around in this country, and especially us in the black community. We need to open our eyes. We wake up, talk to our sons and daughters, because it's a life or death conversation dealing with cops. Trust me. Caucasian people don't have to have that conversation, but we have to have it because our child's life may depend on it. Make sure you join me on Patreon for a minimum of $2 or $5 per month. And on Patreon, we offer exclusive videos, information on the platform that we don't share publicly, and also discounts on merchandise that we offer. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe for more news stories.